Hi everyone, it's Owen here from OTech, and today I have this RTX 2060 Super JetStream from Palit to unbox. And I'll do a video on this card, but for now, let's do an unboxing and show you what's inside on this package of the RTX 2060 Super. So let's first take a look at the box, and here we see the Palit JetStream branding on the front of the box. And I'm quite surprised they didn't put any pictures of the graphics card itself on the front. And down on the bottom, you obviously see the branding for the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 Super. And on the side here, you also see the 8GB model is this thing. So the Super version has 8 versus 6GB on 2060 Standard Edition. And you also get the features like, well, the Turing architecture, GDDR6, RTX ray tracing, and NVIDIA DLSS. On the top, there's not really much to see, and most of the stuff on the sides are, well, not interesting. It's just more pictures and nothingness. So let's take a look at the back of the box. Here we'll see that there's a bunch of features listed for the graphics cards, and you can see the key features and the minimum requirements, and it's all in different languages. But the thing is, these are not that important. This is just normal features that you get from any RTX cards, and these are the minimum requirements to run this, which says you need a 550 watt or more power supply, because this card does have a 215 watt TDP according to their website, and if you check the BIOS, it is actually that much. So this thing does have a raised TDP compared to the standard RTX 2060 Super specification. So I'm hoping this will be good for overclocking, but yeah. Whoops. Okay, let's take a look inside. Okay, just like most graphics cards, there's an empty box and a more sturdy inner box on the inside. So this is all very nice. It's not just a plain cardboard box, it's actually a black box, so it feels like the higher quality cards, and that makes sense given that the Jetstream is one of the higher end cards from Palit. And it's just that it's an unfortunate thing. They used to call it the Super JetStream, but then NVIDIA named their cards the Super cards, so that wouldn't work. So now they just call it the RTX 2060 Super JS or Jetstream. There's no Super JetStream branding anymore from Palit. So yeah, that's kind of probably annoying for their marketing team, who has been showing their Super JetStream branding before. And here's the user guide that you get. I mean, just like any user guide, I don't really think you need a lot of that if you know what you're doing. And here's the graphics card driver. I would have loved if they sent just like a USB stick or something, because who the hell still has a CD reader these days? So, seems like I don't get any accessories here. Don't know if it's because this is a press sample or if it's just like that, but, well, I just get the graphics card itself. So let's take a look then. It's all padded in this nice foam padding, so it wouldn't get destroyed in shipping. Should be pretty safe. And the graphics card itself is in the middle of all that padding on this anti-static bag. So let's open it up and take a quick look. There we go. Oh boy, I can tell you this is a very thick graphics card. As you can see, it's a triple slot RTX 2060 Super design. Mostly because this is based off of the PCB and cooler of the RTX 2070 Super card. They're basically the same thing underneath, it's just a different chip. So let's take a look at the back, because hey, we're at the back for now. Here you see the Jetstream branding on the backplate, and it does have a very nice brushed aluminum backplate on the rear, and I think it makes it look high quality. And the great thing is that they actually use thermal pads behind the VRM to heat sink the heat from the VRM to the backplate, so it's actually semi-functional in that case. I think they also heat sink the VRAM chips. Like I said, this is one of their higher end cards, so it does have a very beefy cooler as well as a very beefy power delivery system. As you can see there, as a hint, there's an 8-pin and a 6-pin, which is more than the standard 2060 Super requires. Now you don't get an SLI connector over here because the RTX 2060 Super with the TU117, not the 117, the TU106 chip, I think, yeah. that thing does not support SLI. It only is supported on the higher end cards with a TU104 die, like on the RTX 2070 Super and up. So yeah, but I mean these days you don't really use dual cards much anymore, like no games really support it. Anyways, that's the whole reason why most graphics cards these days are triple slot thick, because not a lot of people use two of them side by side anymore, so spacing isn't really an issue. Now on the front of the cards you can see there's two fans here. These are Palit's higher end cards, so they do have their fancy fans here. It's not just the blade design, but the thing that I'm really impressed is that they actually put six pole 3-phase motors on the fan motors itself. Not one of those cheapo 4-pole 2-phase motors you see on every single fan out these days. And for the heatsink, you can see a clearer picture under here. There's a base plate that cools the memory and the VRM, and the heatsink just extends all the way up to the top till under the fan. So this is a pretty huge heatsink. It's just that I wish they used some bigger fans, because the fan doesn't cover some parts of the heatsink very slightly, but I don't think that'll make too much of a difference, but I guess we'll find out in my review. But for now, this is the unboxing, and here we see the front side is pretty exposed for the heatsink. I think that looks pretty industrial, although it would be nice if they would just put a cover on this side of the heat pipes or something, because that doesn't look that pretty, and maybe if they nickel plated it, it would look even better too. But yeah, this thing has the 6+8 pin power connector, and the JetStream has actually one of the most ridiculously overkill VRMs for an RTX 2060 Super, being that it uses the VRM for the RTX 2070 Super as well as the 2080 Super JetStream. It's all the same as far as I know, but I guess we'll know once I take it apart in the review as well. But as far as I know, they're the same. So this thing has a 500 amp VRM for the core, which is absolutely ridiculously overkill for an RTX 2060 Super. So I'll be looking at how this thing overclocks, maybe with shunt mods. But yeah, that's the whole look of this card, and this is the side that you'll be seeing most of the time in your PC case. There's the GeForce RTX mandated branding on the top and the JetStream branding here, which I think this thing lights up. So it'll look pretty nice in a PC, I think. Although they do use a bit too much plastic, so I hope they change the material sometime. Oh wait, I think the RGB are these parts, not the JetStream branding. There's like these strips, and they light up in RGB color that you can control from their software. But yeah, this looks like a pretty interesting RTX 2060 Super. Is definitely one of the thicker ones and has one of the most powerful VRMs, so let's hope this actually performs really well. But yeah, that's it for this unboxing. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please leave a like and please click subscribe to see more of my future videos like the actual review of this graphics cards. So yeah, thanks for watching.